What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling News, Recap, Rumors, and everything that you need to know going on in the WWE and the Wrestling Universe.
Just a few days after SummerSlam 2022, that was a bang. We also have Monday Night Raw coming out tonight, but just before we get to Raw, we do have a few news/rumors of what to come on tonight's episode, August 1st of Monday Night Raw. Now, before we get into anything, we are going to talk about the Ric Flair match last night in Nashville, Tennessee. That was absolutely crazy. We also have a new faction in WWE, so we will get to that and especially some update on that as well, especially a quick fact about that faction, and also a Brock Lesnar gesture. Could Brock Lesnar be retiring from the WWE? And next, Edge returning to Raw, possibly. Bianca Belair also. What is in control with Bianca Belair, who is going to take that title off of her. We will get into that next. And also what's next for the Usos and what could be next for the United States champion, Bobby Lashley. And last but not least, Rollins and Riddle. We will cover everything on KozMatt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KozMatt Wrestling. Let's kick it off with a bang. Ladies and gentlemen, fans, of KozMatt WWE Universe, we are excited, dude. SmackDown, SummerSlam, everything kicked off with a bang. Now we're back onto Raw. It feels like a new, fresh era. Triple H in control of creative WWE. Everything just feels fresh. Speaking before we get into some news about WWE, I want to bring up the first statement, the first kind of interesting headline of this video. Ric Flair, his last match last night.
What a match it was.
As a professional wrestler. Ric Flair and Andrade El Idolo, his stepson, or his son-in-law, I'm sorry, taking on Jeff Jarrett. And oh man, what a crazy match. Jay Lethal, he just really sold that match. Jeff Jarrett, he also just, it's been years with Jeff Jarrett, especially him not being in the ring. Just Saturday, he was the special guest referee.
For SummerSlam.
That was phenomenal. But let's just talk about this match that happened last night in Nashville. Ric Flair's farewell match, basically. This thing got a little bit uncomfortable. It started off a little slow and then it picked up. The last few minutes, this match was a long match.
Yeah, would Ric Flair get busted open, man?
He got busted open. Of course he did. Of course he teased a little bit of blood before the actual show. But it got a little uncomfortable to watch. I almost didn't want to kind of see this, but I know Ric Flair wanted to do something that he has done before, but he wanted to make this thing a little memorable, and for sure he did, especially taking the W with his stepson with a nice pinfall that was locked into a submission. Jeff Jarrett's shoulders on the mat. What a way to farewell Ric Flair's career as a professional wrestler, possibly the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah, without a question, man. He's almost 80 years old, and to be putting on these performances that he's been doing, man, he got busted open. Like you said, there were some points of that were slightly uncomfortable to watch, but it had me glued to my TV screen. Props to Ric Flair and all the other wrestlers that wrestled on that card last night, because it was actually a really good card, man. Rick put together a good one. All right, guys, getting right back into our next storyline. That new faction that Bayley's a part of with Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai, it reportedly got shot down by Vince several times, and Triple H was the one to bring it back.
Now, Triple H, head of creative, of course, this is totally a Triple H call. When they came out Saturday night, we all knew it was because of Triple H. So, of course, Vince shot that down, not surprised by that. But the faction, they are actually called Control. They took to social media immediately after SummerSlam, and actually after they debuted WWE, they are called Control. Now, what does Control mean? Could they be controlling the women's division? Are we actually going to see the women's division being treated right? Now, that's going to kind of bring me to my next statement of this video. Sasha Banks and Naomi, since they walked out from John Laurinaitis in that title shot, or that title scene for the women's tag team titles, could we see a better women's division, especially with Triple H head of creative?
I really think so, man. I think Triple H is going to set Sasha Banks and Naomi right. I think they have huge respect for him, and I could see them back in the near future fighting for those championships that actually have some meaning now, because I know that one of Triple H's main mission statements as head of creative now, he wants to get some shine on those tag team titles, so I'm here for it. And I have high hopes for the women's division, especially when it comes to creative
aspect with Triple H. Moving to our next story, according to WrestlingInc.com, Brock Lesnar. So when SummerSlam went off air, Brock Lesnar kept taking his hat on and off, kind of doing a bow, like that thank you gesture. Actually, he ran on top of the ring, especially
He's an
after it was
animal.
lifted up in the air by the tractor after the main event. So people were speculating, is he retiring? Because he kept saying thank you to the crowd, thank you to the crowd. Could it be like a retire send-off for Brock Lesnar? But that's actually not the case, as he is scheduled for a premium live event in Atlanta, some arena in Atlanta on January of 2023. So it doesn't look like that's the last we're going to be seeing the Beast. But for now, we may be seeing a hiatus because there's nothing they have him scheduled till January of 2023.
Well, dude, I can imagine after that brutal match that him and Roman had this past Saturday, man. I got to say it again. That was the best match I've ever seen them have. Not just Brock tipping over the ring with a tractor. It was just action-packed all the way through. So if that was the final send-off for this rivalry, I was excited for it. And I cannot wait to see what the Beast does in the future.
For sure. It's inevitable, man, but I think they still have something up their sleeve. But for now, they're just kind of giving it a little bit of a rest because I think it is a well-deserved hiatus for Brock Lesnar. Moving forward, Bianca Belair. What's going to happen with her Raw title, man? What's going to go on as her champion of Monday Night Raw? Basically head of the women's division, as we do see the new tag team Control. Will we see them on TV tonight? But we are expected to see Bianca Belair make a statement on Raw as the women's champion of Monday Night Raw. Now, you know, we did see Becky Lynch. What could be next for her? We did see Becky Lynch stand up to Control with Bianca Belair. Now, are we going to see somebody else also step in the ring with Belair and Becky Lynch against Control? Because it is a 3-on-2 as of right now. So who are we going to see step up and kick some ass when it comes to the new faction, Bayley, Iyo Sky, and Dakota Kai?
Yeah, dude, I'm interested to see what happens. I believe that they're going to have Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai go after those women's tag team championships, excuse me. And I think they're going to have Bayley versus Bianca for that main championship on the Raw women's title. So I'm here for it.
For sure. It's going to be certainly interesting to see what they do. I got hope for the women's division, like I said earlier. But moving forward on Raw, what can we see of a preview with tag team championships? Now I'm talking about the Usos, the unified tag team champions. What is next for them? Scheduled for Raw tonight, are we going to see a new tag team step up? What
I think the Vicious Viking Raiders.
Maybe the new Vicious Viking Raiders, maybe the Alpha Academy, not quite sure, but there is going to be something different, especially head of creative is Triple H. So we're going to see a nice new refreshing Monday Night Raw tonight. Now, moving from tag team titles, let's talk about the United States champion, Bobby Lashley, also supposed to be on Monday Night Raw tonight. What is next for the new and retained what is next for the retained United States champion after a hellacious match at SummerSlam against Theory? Not sure who's going to step up, but they certainly have something up their sleeve for that too.
For our last bit of rumor, news, whatever you want to call it, will we see the Riddle and Seth Rollins storyline continue?
Yeah, will we see that onslaught further? From Saturday night, now we saw Riddle run into the ring, especially security guards trying to get him out of the ring. A nice little setup by WWE. Now Riddle, he was injured from last week's go home show for SummerSlam. He tore something. I know it's not
in his shoulder. True. Yeah, it's not serious.
It's all part of a storyline. But are we going to see the Riddle and Seth Rollins feud continue? Are we going to see a hiatus from Riddle for just a few, like SummerSlam? Maybe it was more of a send-off just to get him on the card, maybe just to give him a little bit of spotlight before they do send him off. But not sure, but we are supposed to see Seth Rollins. Not sure much about Riddle, but are we going to see a new opponent for Seth Rollins? Did they end that storyline with Seth and Riddle once and for all? Are they going to continue it? Not sure, but we are supposed to get an update on that later on tonight as well.
So many news, rumors, everything going on in the WWE. Let us know what you guys think about these stories heading into Monday Night Raw tonight. Always like, comment, subscribe, guys. And Matt and I will have a Raw recap for you guys Tuesday morning. Peace out.
Peace out.
You're my thoughts in every